Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It has been a month or so since I've seen y'all. Hope everybody is well. And I'm coming live from Mexico with a birthday edition. I'm in Mexico for my birthday. We're at the beautiful Hotel Esencia. And I figured while I was here, I'm not here for work, which is like the first time I've traveled for not work reasons in quite a long time. But with all that said, I figured, hey, I have the M8 with me, I have the M10 with me. I photographed this hotel before, so this is a great opportunity to kind of just take it easy and kind of do a comparison. So this week, I wanted to compare the M10 versus the M8. And I want to jump off really quickly by saying there is no comparison when it comes to the actual camera itself. What we're really comparing here is the CCD sensor versus the CMOS sensor. Which one do we like aesthetically? Camera-wise, the M10 is a much better camera, 10 times over. There's not even a competition, right? Like just the functionality of it, they've built upon this model to make a better model. This is a better camera. I just wanted to get that out the way because that's not what kind of review this is going to be. But I've had a lot of DMs and I've had a lot of comments asking me how do I love the M10 and also what do I think of the M10 versus the M8. And I have my thoughts. I'm going to save those thoughts till after the video so we can kind of go into the photos side by side and kind of go about it together. Let's look over these photos together and see how we come out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode in Mexico at Hotel Esencia, me comparing the Leica M10 with the Leica M8. Sit back and enjoy. I liked it up.
Yeah, do you like it up like this? Yeah. Or this?
I like the other leg.
The other leg.
It's so greasy. Alright, this is with the M8. 1, 2, 3. Nice. M10. Nice. 1, 2, 3. I like the hand. Hold on. I'm gonna use this door as a little depth fill. Just to add that, like you're peeking in on the scene. Make it feel. Yeah, you're good. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hold on. The hand is a nice touch. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. So let's get you out of this. Actually, yeah, let's keep doing that. Let's work this. That's nice. I'm gonna get it lower, get a better perspective, or different perspective, rather. Yeah, the towel's dope. The towel's kind of what we needed, to be honest. Like 1, 2, 3. Like the towel make. I feel like these could be black and white, and like they'll look timeless. Okay, that's nice. 1, 2, 3. All right, this is good. All right, let's move from the chair. Try to get it from this angle. I love that, actually. Don't move. Don't move. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Nice. Nice eyes. Hold that. Got it. And go back to the, yeah, go back to resting. Fuck it. Ooh, that's heat. 1, 2. Don't move. I want to get with the M10. Same thing. 1, 2. Nice. That's cool. All the colors in this photo are nuts. The touch of the yellow. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hold that. Nice. Okay. All right, let's move to the pool. All right, y'all. So hope y'all enjoyed that. Really excited to know what y'all think. So really sound off in the comments, because I really want to know your thoughts on the M8 versus the M10. And also as a nice reference point for the guy or the girl who's going to find this video 3 months from now or a year from now, to kind of get other perspectives on what they see. But I already know how I feel about it, so let's just hop right in. I knew I was going to feel this way the moment that I decided to do this experiment. And honestly, the M8 files are, to me, better. They're better. Like, they're so much more enjoyable to look at, and they just have such a film-esque feel. And this is honestly the first time I've personally ever put the M8 files next to M10 files or Q files or anything and truly compared it. I kind of just gone by what I've seen versus what I've seen with the other photos that I've taken with like the M10. But wow, a couple things that I wanted to hop right in on was the details and the richness that the M8 files has. I think, to me, jumps out. The colors jump out. Very interesting. There was moments and times where the M8 sensor would lean towards a warmness or a coolness when the M10 was probably more consistent. But it was pretty cool to see, like, by the way, I edited all of these with the exact same preset, which is my preset. I edit all of these files the exact same way because I wanted to see like the subtle differences and like when a file would go warmer or colder, or what it could do or what it couldn't do. But I'm just looking at some of these files with you guys again, like this, the pancakes. This was one of those shots that I really saw the difference. You look back at those pancakes, and the M8 to me is, you can really see the difference in the vibrancy and the colors versus the M10 in this shot in particular, because you just get a couple different colors to kind of compare to. One thing I will say, a con to the M8, as much as I think it won the battle for me personally, from a sensor standpoint, I think it won. If I can shoot with the M8, I would choose the M8 over pretty much any other Leica digital body. That was a hot take. But the M8 failed me a couple of times, and I actually put them up. I'm not even sure if y'all noticed this, but the M8 really failed on the balcony scene when I started shooting Ari kind of facing out into the water, into the light. The M8 tends to do this every now and again, and this is kind of a big con to the M8, and that's the sensor just seems to fail, and it hurts when it fails. And to some degree, it does remind me of film a little bit. When you get a couple bad shots on the roll that you thought that you landed, you get that roll back and you're like, bruh. That's kind of what the M8 still does for you. Because there's a couple unusable shots, and I'm going to throw them up on the screen right now. There's a couple unusable shots, I would say, and sadly, a few of them were Ari's favorite shots out of the entire set. They were these unusable shots because of the sensor, and I just think the dynamic range was just way too much for the M8. And that the sensor just is like, dude, I can't, you're doing too much. So that is one of the cons. Ultimately, my conclusion is that the M8 files have a richness, has more of a feeling to them, kind of what you're seeking for. If you're into shooting film, if you like that look, that aesthetic, this kind of leans that way, as you can kind of tell. The M10 is a tried and true CMOS sensor that you know. You still get the details because you're shooting M-mount glass, you're shooting Leica glass. So pairing it with the CMOS sensor with the Leica glass, you're still going to get a lot of beautiful, rich images. And I'm not saying that they're not rich. I just think that there's a tad bit of a difference. Another thing that I noticed with the M8 when I look at the last portrait scene when we're by the stairs is how cold the images can go. It's very interesting. It's like the M8 decides, the CCD sensor decides whether a scene is warm or cold, and it kind of really leans in, especially in the shadow areas. This was a good comparison because to see how the M10 felt that this entire scene was warm and the M8 couldn't really figure it out. It looks like it thought it was warm, but then on the walls it's really cold, kind of has this blue tint to it. But even then though, the actual portrait itself, the subject, Ari in this case, she looks great. It looks very rich. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really like putting it together. Let me know what your thoughts on this episode as well. If you enjoyed it, it's your first time to the channel, like and subscribe. I'll be back next week with the Q&A. Maybe I can throw that up pretty quickly with the Q&A. I asked you guys if you had any questions on Instagram and got some responses. So I'll put together a video. Ari's doing the hosting of it. I think it's pretty cool. And I'll be up either maybe early next week or next week. Anyway, so that's it, y'all. I'll see you next week. Peace.